Next on BNI Mid-America TV, it's the Gold Club Member Spotlight Show. Gold Club members have sponsored 6 or more people into BNI, and they are here to share their secrets with you. If you want to improve your inviting techniques, then this is the show for you. And now, our host, Jennie Bellinger.
Welcome to BNI Mid-America TV. This is the Gold Club Member Spotlight Show. I'm your host, Jennie Bellinger with Level Up Coaching, LLC, and I'm here today with a longtime BNI member, Dan Luigs. Dan Luigs has been a member of BNI for 10 years and a Gold Club member for 7. So we're really excited to have you here, Dan. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys asking and having me on.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit, first of all, what chapter you're a member of and what seat do you hold in that chapter?
Yeah, I'm in the O'Fallon Business Builders, so O'Fallon, Missouri side, and I'm the education coordinator these days.
Nice. And in terms of your category for BNI, what category do you represent? What business category do you represent?
So I'm an insurance broker, so home auto, and we also do business insurance.
Nice. Okay. And so tell us a little bit about your business, because that's one of the benefits of being in the Gold Club is you get to tell us all about your business right now.
Oh, fantastic! So the business, we've got a nice size business. We're not too big, we're not too small. So we've got about 25 people that work here. So a mix of agents as well as internal staff. And then that gives us the flexibility to kind of help anybody with insurance. So primarily we do a whole lot with real estate agents, mortgage lenders, CPAs, attorneys, and then we do home auto business insurance, and kind of whatever the need is, we've got a way to solve it. So commercial auto has been a big problem for people lately because prices have skyrocketed. Buildings have been another problem because we've had tons of accidents and fires and all kinds of things, flooding and COVID and everything else. So frequently people come to us and say, hey, here's what we got. Can you find a better way for us? And as a broker, having a lot of different options, we've got solutions. So
that's great to know. So obviously being a member of BNI has been beneficial for your business. And part of that benefit has obviously spilled out in the conversations you've had with other businesses who you've helped now become members, because as a Gold Club member, you've sponsored at least 6 people into BNI. How is it that you became a Gold Club member?
So a friend of mine goes, you know what? I just like hanging out with you because you play in traffic a lot. I was like, I think I know what you mean, but what are you talking about? And he's like, you're just always involved. So whatever's happening, wherever it is, it seems like you're in the mix of it. And so just from talking to a whole bunch of people, and then Zig Ziglar, help enough people get what they want and you'll get what you want. So it's just asking that question. Hey, what are you doing these days? What are your goals? What are you working on? What's the next thing? Hey, how does referrals play into that? Oh my gosh, my business is driven on referrals. Oh, great. Tell me more.
Yeah.
Oh, well, just clients send me stuff. Oh, do you ever get referrals from anybody else? Well, yeah, this group and that group and the other group. And how's that work? And
Yeah.
then ultimately I say, well, how do you do it? Well, I've got this group that meets Tuesday mornings. It's some of my best business partners that I have. And if you got a minute, I'd love to introduce you to them. If you can stop by Tuesday at 8:00 or meet on Zoom as it is.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's good to know because, in your profession, you're obviously talking to a lot of business owners and professionals, given that you do offer that commercial insurance. So you're able to have a lot of these questions fairly easily. So it sounds to me that that might be part of your prospecting.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely. So everybody that I insure, I also want to help them get lots and lots of referrals as well. So yeah, it's just been a part of the arsenal of solutions that you've got to help people with what's important to them.
That is really great to know. So then that also begs the question, have you also done prospecting outside of your business then? So through what other ways do you meet business owners or professionals to invite to BNI?
So I'm always asking for introductions. So whoever I'm meeting with, I always ask, hey, who else do you want to meet? Who's good for you? And then people in return always ask back to me. So, and who I'm always looking to meet is somebody who's a top 10. So at this point, it doesn't really matter what profession, career, any of those type things. I just want to meet people that excel at what they do and are those influential people. So people ask, well, how do I know? I'm like, ask yourself a question. Is this a person that people go to for advice? So when you think of, I got an issue or I want to meet somebody, who's that person that you go to, and do other people go to them as well? That's who I want to meet. I want to meet the super connectors.
That's a great way to think about that. I love it. And so you've already kind of addressed a little bit of how you invite people. Now, one of the things I hear as someone who's a mentor in BNI is that people are usually pretty good about inviting when they focus on it. The issue they have is getting people to show up. And obviously, that seems to be less of an issue for you. How is it that you get people that you invite to actually show up to the meeting?
So I think before you invite them, if you've asked the other questions and found out something that interests them and found some value for them, and you say, hey, I've got what I believe is that value over here that'll help you in those areas. Oh, cool. When is it? Where is it? Comes from them. So you don't even invite. They've invited themselves pretty much.
I love it. I would definitely agree. If you've already shown the value before you even ask the question, people are going to they're going to self-invite. They're going to say, "How do I get a part of this? How can I do this with you?" I would definitely agree with that. So the showing up proposition becomes less of an issue if they've already seen the value.
Yeah. So sometimes people will say, all right, so how much BNI? And I'm like, I don't say any of that.
Mhm.
Well, don't you have to? No. What does it matter? What does it
Yeah.
matter? Is it a track? Is it a paved path? Well, will it get you the results? Yes. What if they say, is it BNI? I say, yes, it is.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
excited about it. Well, what if they've heard stuff and done stuff? I'm like, it really doesn't matter. It's more the chapter. So if
Mhm.
the chapter is a good chapter, then it's a benefit to have them come.
Oh, yeah, I would definitely agree. One of the things I learned from another Gold Club member, Mark Breimer, I'm sure you know him
Oh,
because
yeah.
who
Everybody
doesn't?
knows Mark. Yeah.
But one of the things I learned from him was when someone says, "Well, is this BNI?" and you say yes, and they go, "Oh, that sounds like you got a story. Tell me your
Yeah, exactly.
story." Right? It's so they had a bad experience. Let them share it, and
So
then,
like my first experience there could have been a bad story.
mhm.
Oh, hey, what'd you think? Well, gosh, they wanted me to stand up and say my name and what business I'm with in front of at least 15 people. It was horrible.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to talk about my business. It was awful, right? Which
One thing I knew was in order to grow your business, if you can talk in front of, especially with a microphone, you can be in front of groups, your business will grow and prosper tremendously. And I was like, this is something I just got to get past. And sure enough, they said in this particular group I started with, they actually had a wireless microphone. I was so nervous, but that could have been the end of just not pushing through. But it took a few weeks before I was comfortable saying more than I wasn't definitely wasn't comfortable saying my name and my business. But it took me more than a few weeks to even want to say anything more than that because I was sweaty, nervous, just please stop the meeting and let me talk to people one on one.
I can definitely understand that because I know for many people out there, public speaking is scarier than death itself.
And
They're
now
like,
it's part of the business plan. Now I talk to, groups all the time.
right?
But this was a fantastic transition to get to where I am today. I needed something to break me into using a microphone, and
Mhm.
BNI did that for me.
Well, that's really great to know. So, in that process then, so you've invited people, you've got them to show up. How have you leveraged your influence in order to help them make the decision that BNI might be a good fit for their business?
That's really if, once they show up and if they, you know, relate to the other people in the group and they feel that connection. So I'll ask other people in the group, hey, can you reach out to so and so and touch base with them and, do a little mini one to one that's all about them. And then typically everybody joins.
That is great information because, a lot of people feel like they have to sell the meeting before they even get to the sell BNI before they even get to the meeting and see the people and do all that. And it's, you're just verbally vomiting on people with way too much information and they have zero context in which to place that until they actually see it. So I think that's a great point on how to go through that process of using influence, because the influence to join happens after they've experienced.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think that that's a great way to do that, Dan. So in all of this, so now you've been a Gold Club member for about 7 years. What would
Mm-hmm.
you say is your favorite benefit from being in the Gold Club?
It's kind of the name recognition. So when you're around other Gold Club people, oh, hey, I've never met you, but I've seen your name, and being around, it's nice to go to the parties and nice to be invited to exclusive events and those type things. But for people that know, and when you run into a different Gold Club member, you're like, hey, you do some stuff. You play in traffic. And I like to be
Yes.
around people that play in traffic. So,
Nice. I love the way you put that because I mean I've had other members that I've asked that question and they've said basically the same thing. BNI Gold Club members are among the cream of the crop in BNI. They're people who get it. So they love networking with them. So Dan, I really appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to be here and sharing your knowledge and experience with everyone.
yes, I was excited to be able to do this. And obviously, you're a great interviewer because you do it all the time. But you're pleasant, delightful, and that's what BNI is about: is being pleasant and delightful and helping others. And eventually, that comes back around for you too.
I would agree. Well, thank you so much. And if you guys haven't done so already, please make sure you subscribe to the BNI Mid America TV channel here on YouTube, so that way you don't miss any other episodes, because the one episode might hold the key to you getting your own membership in the Gold Club. Thanks so much, and we'll see you on the next episode.
For more information on how BNI can help you build your business, book your complimentary consultation with Virginia Moose-Keith at discoverbnimitamerica.com. BNI Mid-America TV is brought to you by the Bergman Insurance Group, your trusted source for Medicare information, education, and enrollment. Be sure to check out the show notes for additional information on how to contact today's host or guest about their business, and thanks for watching.